Hi, this is Micornus, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with the topic that speaks about the foundations of success, foundations of success. And this is very important because everybody dreams to be successful. Everybody has got their way of wanting to become successful. And I want to emphasize this because I know that even you, as a young man listening to us right now, you want to be successful in your life. You may not know how to become successful. And I'm dealing with this topic because I know that it will help you one way or another. And I want to deal with the foundation of success in life. And these are actually the recipe of success. And majority of the people may not tell you, but I'm telling you because I want you as an ordinary young man to become an extraordinary young man of good character, integrity, and wisdom as well. And I'm trying to make sure that we meet you up there because you would have been successful in what you're doing. It doesn't just come. It comes through knowledge of the foundation of success and start embarking on those foundations and make sure that you become successful. The first foundation that I want to speak about today of success is what we call late nights. This is what we call late nights. I'm sitting right now recording this video, and that's a late night right now. And that I want to emphasize the fact that the late nights are having an ability to pay off to what you need. And you cannot sleep at the same time with everybody else. And people that sleep a lot, they actually lose out in their lives. And there are people that spend more time actually sleeping than awake and doing things. And those that are spending late nights doing work, they are the ones that become successful. And most of the things that you see people successful in is because they didn't sleep at some time. They sacrificed their own sleep at some stage in order to spend late nights in order to achieve that which that they achieved. Ask young men that have succeeded in their school work. Ask young men that have actually graduated in degrees of studies and so on. They will tell you that they've spent sleepless nights at some time, and they have actually spent what we call late nights, because late nights are actually a sign of sacrifice in life, of saying, I want to succeed in what I do, but I don't have enough time just during the day because I might be at an employment work or somewhere doing other projects and so on. And that which I'm doing is going to make me successful, but I need to spend late nights. I need to extend my time and make sure that I provide myself opportunity of enough time. Now, there's some of the young men that would love to sleep at all times. And I've emphasized this sometimes, that there are people that sleep so much that if you were to calculate the time that they're sleeping in a year, it will equate to about 9 months of sleeping. And only 3 months of the months in a year, you find that somebody was awake. And that's somebody who spends a lot of time sleeping. Now, I want to urge you as a young man that please, if you want to be successful, start to spend late nights. Learn to spend late nights, because that's the only way you're going to be successful. I remember in my days of studying, I used to prefer sleep early for a few hours, wake up around 1 o'clock a.m. or 2 o'clock and read at that time, study at that time, because that's when everybody is sleeping and is quiet. And the level of concentration that I used to have at that particular time was amazing. Now, I've succeeded in those courses that I was doing. I've passed those degrees that I was studying. But people may not know is because I've spent late nights. And I want to urge you as a young man that have an attitude of being ready to spend late nights, because that's the only way you're going to be successful. That becomes a great foundation of success. And majority of the people that are successful in their lives, they will tell you, is because they've spent late nights. It didn't come cheap. It didn't come easy either. And I want to urge you as a young man to be ready to spend late nights in your life. And you're going to see success in your life when you start spending late nights. Learn to develop an attitude of spending late nights. The other foundation of success that I want to embark on today is the fact that you need to be able to stand the rejections. You need to be able to be exposed to rejections and never be afraid of that. Now, this is a foundation as well of success, whereby there are times when you're going to be rejected. And I'm sure as a young man, you realize that when you start to become serious about what you're doing, when you focus on the work that you're doing, you'll start to see even your friends withdrawing away from you. And they are going to reject you. They're going to start saying you are trying to become better than them, and you're trying to make yourself smart and better, and so on. People start rejecting you because people reject the people that know their purpose, people that are rising up to the level where they're supposed to be, people that have found themselves. When you find yourself, you lose a lot of support of people. You lose a lot of people that clap hands for you. And I don't know if you've realized as a young man that people appreciate mediocrity because people want you to be at the lower level where you are so that you can be like them. It is actually a human nature not to appreciate people that are successful. Immediately you start building success yourself, you start facing rejections. And you'll see even your closest friends, they are not appreciating even when you come to them and say, I've got a dream or I've got a plan of doing such a great thing. And they will start discouraging you, some of them, and say, you cannot do that because you're just a young man born out of such a family, a young man born out of such a village, and they will discourage you. But because they want you to remain where you are and stagnant as you are. Majority of our friends and even our relatives, they don't want to see us successful. And that is why when you start to be successful, you're going to face rejections. And you need to understand that if you're going to be afraid of rejection, you are therefore afraid of your own success. When you are afraid to be rejected, you are actually afraid to see yourself successful. And I want to emphasize that. But now, as a young man, I'm urging you to understand that you need to start to work yourself up. But remember that every time you work yourself up to a certain level, you are actually inviting rejection into your life. Now, some of the young men will actually bear with me and agree with me that the day you said you accepted Jesus as a personal savior, the day you said you're born again, because that is generally the beginning of the wisdom of somebody to become successful. The day you told even your family, even your father, your mother, that's the day that they told you that you are not belonging to this house. You're not belonging to this family. And I want to urge you as a young man to remember that when you are getting rejected, that is the beginning of success in your life. And therefore persist in being persistent in what you're doing and push what you are pushing. And you realize that people will reject you more, but that will be a foundation of success. Remember characters in the Bible, people like Joseph, for instance. A young man who was a dreamer, a young man who told his own father and mother that he has dreamed a big dream. The young man who has actually come and told his brothers that he has dreamt big dreams. And the dreams that were speaking about his own father and his own mother bowing before him and worshiping him. And also he spoke about his own brothers as well, submitting to him. So those are challenges that when you start to rise up to that, you're going to face rejections. And Joseph was rejected because of that. And you are going to face rejection as a young man. And I warn you in advance so that you don't become afraid of rejection. Be ready for it, because that becomes a foundation for your success when you are able to become immune to rejection. When you start to put on a raincoat of rejection against rejection, and so that whoever rejects you should reject you, but you're going to continue doing what you want to do. It is a foundation of success. And when you get rejected, and then you are able to continue even when you are being rejected. Now, as a young man, let rejection never scare you. Let rejection never be a part of your fears, because as you are actually embarking on the journey of becoming successful, still you're going to be rejected by many. And I want to urge you to understand that in advance so that you're not afraid of that and you face that head on and say, whether I'm rejected or not, but I'll continue doing that. I want to check out right here, but before I check out, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane Facebook page, that is Young Men Empowerment Forum. I want you to also remember our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Micornus, Phokane, and Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please make sure that you click notification buttons as well on those social media platforms so that you may be notified when we've posted these teachings. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.